All right. Good morning, everybody. I'm running a little bit late this morning, trying to get everything set up. And I took a little bit of nap. I woke up like real early, way early for me. I woke up like, I don't know, like 5:30 in the morning. And usually I like to sleep in on Saturday morning, Sunday morning, because I don't get that many opportunities to sleep in like that. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to sleep in. That failed. So I got up, got up early, made breakfast, got going. And then it was like, I don't know, like 9 o'clock. And I'm like, let me go ahead and take a nap. So I go ahead and take a nap. Wake up, it's about 10 o'clock. So I'm like watching a video on YouTube. And then I'm like, you know what? I got to get set up. So it's like 10:15. I decided to get set up, grab one of the computers, the one that I stream off of, and it decided against my wishes, without my consent, at least as far as I can remember, that it was going to restart and do all those pesky updates that you're kind of like, no, I do not want to update. 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 Usually because it's something that happens in the background that you don't know or care about, but you probably should update it. So anyway, I had like a bazillion windows open, didn't want to update. And so the computer is like, okay, this fool went to sleep. We're just going to go ahead and update whether he likes it or not. So it updated. And then I had to restart everything and open everything back up. So I say all that to say it's taken me a while to get to this point, but to this point, I am currently at. So Yuki, welcome back. It's been a while. Good to see you. Thanks for joining me here today, this morning, here in the great state of Michigan in these United States. So thank you so much for joining. Man, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's been one of those weeks where you get to the weekend and you're just like, I'm ready for the weekend. So your boy is just ready for the weekend. So the weekend is here and I'm definitely excited about that, about an opportunity to just chill out. I have not done nearly as much writing as I wanted to do this week, and I've done not nearly as much reading as I wanted to do. I did do some writing last night, but the week caught up to me, and then I fell asleep in bed while I was writing. So I don't think that's an indictment on my writing, but an indictment on how tired and exhausted and over I was for the week just passed. So I woke up this morning. Again, I mentioned I woke up early, got some writing in a little bit, got breakfast, woke up way too damn early, and then my computer decided it was going to restart whether I wanted it to or not. So that sets the stage for where I am right now, which is working on a horror novel project that I've been working on. And I am in the midst of still introducing things, but also getting into the meat of what the story is and trying to make it creepy as possible. And that's kind of where I'm at right now. So, hello, author LaMonique Mack, I should say, excuse me. Yes, I am doing writing sprints. I'm going to do probably at least 3 15-minute writing sprints. And I'll have little commentary in the middle. It could be 4, just depends on what kind of writing group I get into. Fortunately, I have a Saturday where I don't have any other commitments, nothing else to do. So it's been a long time since I had a Saturday when I don't have anything else to do, no other commitments. So I'm excited about that and about getting a lot of writing done. So yes, we will be doing some major writing sprints, by the way. So, and hello to you as well. Thank you for joining. I appreciate that. I think I clicked on the wrong one, so that's probably the one I should have clicked on. But yes, I will be doing some writing sprints. I'm excited about that. I do typically call them productivity sprints, I should say. I call them productivity sprints because some people come on and they read, some people write, some people do whatever. But I'm blessed enough that they are willing to join me and to be productive at the same time. So welcome, LaMonique Mack. Appreciate having you, author. So Let us know what books you've written. We're definitely always curious. We got a few authors in there. And right on cue, Margaret Pinard, one of my best YouTube buddies. Margaret says, morning, YouTube is being very weird for me this morning. Extra videos with no video. Your sprint showing 12 minutes after not live. YouTube's acting. Oh, okay. So YouTube is acting a little bit janky this morning, apparently. So everybody, we gotta rise above YouTube's jankiness here, because sometimes YouTube be on some of that stuff. So yeah, just make sure that we all are keeping track of that. Yeah, let us know what kind of stuff you write. We definitely are always interested in other authors here, and just kind of networking with other authors and giving them an opportunity. I'm not one of these YouTubers that's like, oh man, you can't talk about your stuff on here. I mean, whatever. Let us know about your stuff and what you're working on. So what I'm working on right now, and let me tally up my word count here. Let me tally up my total project word count right here while you guys are chiming in real quick. So the current project that I'm working on right now, it's a horror novel that takes place at a summer camp. I know, stereotypical. And I am at 44,894 words. I'm thinking it's going to take me about 65 to 70,000 words to finish it. So I'm a little bit, I'm probably pretty close to 3/4 of the way through. So I'm making really good progress there. Good morning, Nazy. Welcome, one of our favorites, one of our regulars joining us here on the live. So always appreciate having you here with us. Currently working on a series. Book 1 is out. It's called Poor Little Mixed Girl. Ooh, very cool. Working on book 2, Mixed Out. It's on pre-order in Amazon and due in April. Congratulations. Excellent, excellent, excellent. That's I will definitely be looking that up and checking it out. You know, I like checking out a wide range of authors and just I know we're not always supposed to judge a book by the cover or a book by the title, but of course we do. And what you have here sounds very, very interesting, very intriguing to me. So I'm definitely looking forward to checking those out. Margaret is liking that too. Margaret is also, as I mentioned earlier, she is an author as well, and one of our rising author tubers and booktubers. So I got to catch up to get on Margaret's level, because Margaret is passing me by, and they're looking at her dust here. So I got to catch up and get on Margaret's level here. Let's see. Yuki says, today I have just a chill day, but I have to finish a baby quilt for my cousin. Excellent. I just finished reading A Storm of Swords. Okay. I'll have to take a look at that at some point. That's awesome. Let's see. Hey, at least it's not a boarding school. Hey, don't sleep on the boarding school stories, man. I've been, I think in, was it 2019 or 2020? I think it was 2020. Especially early in 2020, I read about every possible boarding school story that you could possibly read. And I read some good ones. And some of them were really, really good at boarding school or like prep schools. I read just a ton of those. So don't sleep on the boarding school stories. So those are sometimes pretty good. So you're welcome. Yeah, that is awesome. That is awesome. Glad that we could make this connection. So, and Margaret is the queen of historical fiction, mainly 19th century UK, bridging into 19th century US and Chicago. Some real interesting stuff there and happenings in Chicago. I think like turn of the century, like World's Fair type stuff or something like that going on in 19th century US Chicago. So it's a very interesting topic. I have to talk to you at some point about the Chicago connection. I don't think I've ever heard you talk about that quite as much. So that's pretty cool. Let's see. Nazy says, I forgot that I'm on a book no buy and managed to buy 4 books this morning. You know what? I'm telling you, I'm not on a strict no buy ban, but I'm like trying to low key pump the brakes here a little bit because I'm trying to work through some books that I have. Some of you probably know I have book of the month, and my book of the month books are stacking up a little bit, and I want to get to as many of them as possible. And I'm probably in a little bit of a reading slump right now. It could be kind of a reading slump, but also kind of just I've been busy. I've been really, really busy. So, but I'll be less busy now, and that's unfortunate because the sports teams that I call games for on the radio, they're not playing anymore. Their seasons are over. So, yeah. So there's good and bad in that. That means I have more time to do other things. Nazy says, I'm now checking out Poor Little Mixed Girl on Amazon. Excellent. Excellent. Yeah, that is great. Yeah, that's what I've always imagined. That would be a really cool period. I studied history in college, and I remember reading a little bit about that time period and a lot of interesting things going on in that time period. But I didn't study that particular period as much as I should have. So um, I need to probably refresh myself on that. So I think we've all probably been on a self-imposed book buying ban. And sometimes it works out better than it does for others. So it's just hard. I mean, it's just you're like, you know what? I'm not going to buy any books. I got plenty. I'm going to just start reading, and then it starts. It's like the addiction process, and it's like at first it's just kind of like, oh well, I'll just pull up Amazon, just kind of see what they're talking about on Amazon. What's hot on Amazon, but I'm not going to buy anything. I'm just going to look and see what's on Amazon, right? I'm not going to buy anything. Then you start looking. And then the next thing you know, like some kind of glitch or your finger just hits the wrong button. And the next thing you know, a book ends up in your cart. But you're like, no, I'm not going to really buy it. I'm not going to go to checkout. And then somehow you end up in the checkout. And then you end up with a book on your doorstep because Amazon is efficient like that. And Amazon makes it so easy to spend money. Let me tell you. I see trucks, delivery trucks coming up and down the street all the time. One of the interesting things about working from home. So let's see. When I was younger, I loved reading Hanny and Nanny by Enid Blyton, and I loved it so much that I wanted to open my own boarding school. I got everything ready, like floor plans. Wow, you were serious. Okay, you were serious. Yeah, boarding schools are just, it's kind of like the closed circle trope thing, and you can get cliques in a boarding school. That just crazy things can happen, a limited number of people. So I think kind of the closed circle trope thing is kind of what's working there. Uniforms. It's interesting. It probably depends on the kind of school. Some are just kind of like, it just depends on the culture of the school. You can go to a school where it's like you see in a TV show or reading a certain kind of book. Everybody's wearing the same thing, and they all look like clones of each other. And then it's another maybe alternative type of boarding school where everybody's free to express, and if not encouraged to express their individuality. So it just depends on the environment, the school. So yeah, I think each school has its kind of culture, but there's certain stereotypes that I think a lot of people would associate with boarding schools for sure. Let's see, I need to buy books for work. Ended up buying 4 romance comedy books for me. And and it's funny how that works. It's like, yeah, I've probably done that before. I may have done that once or twice on Amazon. You go in looking to buy something practical, and you're like, well, since I got this, I don't know, important thing that I need for the kitchen or to fix something around the house, I mean, I might as well throw a book in there too. I mean, if Amazon's going through all that trouble, it's no trouble for Amazon really. But if Amazon's going through all that trouble, well, might as well just go ahead and make it worth the time. You know what I mean? So and you end up throwing a book or two in there. Oh gosh, uniforms. Oh God, I just showed that one. Let's see. No, I did not, but I wish I had to. Uniforms are kind of interesting. I think in a way, while it may take something away from, I always think of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and they had to wear uniforms for their prep school or something like that. I'm trying to stretch my memory back way that far, and then Will would I think Will Smith used to turn his jacket, his uniform jacket inside out so he could be different, and because he wanted to still express his individuality. So yeah, it's kind of harder to express your individuality, so to speak, if you're wearing uniforms at your work. So good stuff, good conversation. So my project right now, I mentioned I'm at about just under 45,000 words, and I'm trying to. I decided to just go all in. I'm just gonna. My computer keeps trying to go to sleep on me. I don't like that. Last time my other computer went to sleep, ended up restarting when I didn't want it to. I know what you were doing there, Windows. So, Bill Gates or whoever runs Windows. So I am trying to make this like as creepy as possible, because I'm like, you know what, if I'm going to go in, I'm going to go all in. So I'm going to make it like majorly creepy, with creepy characters doing creepy things, and hopefully raise the tension. So when the body count starts, hopefully it'll have created some tension going into that, and it won't be just bodies hitting the floor. It'll be actually kind of interesting at the same time. I think it is. I think I've done a pretty good job of introducing the creepy factor, but I think the first edit I'll have to go through, and there's some things I'll definitely want to tweak going back through it with the initial edit. So, all right. So I'm planning on right now 3 15-minute sprints. So I call them productivity sprints. So whatever you want to do, if you're crocheting like my mom can do in a blur, she can just crochet like a quilt in like 2 minutes. I'm just kidding. She can't do that fast, but it just seems like it. Or you want to write, you want to edit. A lot of people edit. Whatever you want to do, reading, it's all good. Just opportunity for us to gather together and be productive together at the same time. So let me go ahead and get our clock up here on the screen. So we're going to go for 15 minutes. And hold on, let me get this. Actually, I don't like that. I'll just do it this way. You ever have like that one word that no matter how simple it sounds, you can sound it out and the syllables seem easy, that you just always misspell? Productivity is that word for me. I might have to stop using that word, because I just always misspell productivity, and then I almost always stumble across that word. So PRO. I'm just kidding. Yeah. So anyway, it's like one of the words that I always stumble across when I'm I have no idea why. It doesn't make any sense. But it's crazy. Let's see. So yeah, Yuki, I hope you got some good romance books. It sounds like you did. That you got some books that you're romance comedy books. I need to go to our local Goodwill too. I almost every time I go there, there's some really good books that people like. Some of us who are like booktubers, author tubers, we read, and a lot of times we hang on to books. And you see some people that they unhaul their books after a while because they're taking up space, or they don't anticipate reading them anymore. And then you have those people, and then you have others who are like, I read it once, I'm done with it. My mom is more like that. She's like, I read it once, I'm good. You can have it, or I'm just gonna, take it to the library or whatever and be done with it. So it's just everybody has their own way of doing it. So all right. So productivity sprint number 1. hopefully everybody's got a cool project that they want to work on. I am really excited about getting going with this particular, or keeping this particular project going. If you've read a certain type of if you've read a certain type of book, you know that a certain type of book. Yeah, I got him. I saw where he was going with that. If you got a certain type of book, a certain type of horror story, you know how they like to do things. So um, there's like this certain kind of, almost like a cookie cutter type of a format to be able to put it together. So it's kind of nice to get that kind of thing going, and so I'm definitely excited about that. And it's coming along. It's been a little bit of a challenge for sure, but it's trying to make the pieces fit together is just been kind of interesting. So like, I just didn't want to just jump into um, killing off the characters, because that's a way. There's a way you can do that, but you got to do it the right way. So all right, let's see. Let's see what everybody else is talking about here. Um, yeah, we got them blocked. Let's see what else here. Since we got a few comments here. Let's see. I try to find a picture of my school uniform, but it's not on this computer. We'll try and come back. You kind of think, you kind of picture like a certain type of school uniform, like you picture like crazy plaid kind of thing going on. So yeah, you could definitely see that kind of thing going on. So yeah, I'm like, I didn't. My school did not have uniforms. I think one of the school I went to when I was really young had uniforms, but it was basically like, it wasn't like everybody had to wear exactly the same thing. It was more like people had to wear, like you had to wear like a shirt and tie kind of thing. So you didn't have to, wear um, the exact same thing, where they had some kind of deal with, some clothing company or something like that. And then that's how everybody had to wear the same thing. So, all right, let me see. Let me catch up here. Yeah, man, we have some trolls in here today. I haven't we typically get too many of those, so that's kind of it's kind of interesting. All right, let's see. Lately I am into Trisha Ashley at the moment, but I am changing the language of parts of my library at the moment. Okay. All right. Let's see. I've just been reading Julius Evola. Not heard of that author, so that's a new one introduced for me. I'll have to go check that out at some point. Definitely gonna have to go check that one out. All right. So, all right, let me find my little post here so we can get back into the sprints here. Thanks for everybody bearing with me while we had a gang of trolls in here trying to disrupt the rhythm here. It's not like I'm talking about anything controversial either, so whatever. All right, let me get this back up on the screen. All right, so if you guys got some stuff that you're working on, we'll go for 15 minutes and then we'll come back and we'll chat again about whatever you guys want to talk about. So with that, let me go ahead and get started. Okay, so I ended up doing a little bit more research than I thought I was going to do during that sprint. So I didn't get a whole lot of writing done. I got 187 words done here. I can find my cursor here. So right now. So 187 words written for me. And I spent a lot of time doing some research. Obviously been a long time since I've been to a summer camp. So I needed to research a little bit about typically what certain buildings are called, to try to be as on point in terms of accuracy as possible. So I was researching that and trying to look up some campgrounds, and I'm going to probably do a little bit more of that here in the next sprint. So hopefully you guys were productive in your sprints. If you guys were reading, writing, editing, whatever you guys were doing, let me know. And again, hopefully that's going well for you. So, but yeah, I'm making good progress here, and I'm probably going to, like the first sprint, I'm probably going to end up doing a little bit more in the way of research this next time around, just to get familiar with, to refamiliarize myself, I should say, with the way that camps are structured in terms of building size. And I also want to get a feel for the campground size as well. So I'm trying to work on that part of it right now. So I'm going to continue to work on that part. So I hope you guys are going to stay productive as well. I'm going to go ahead and jump into the next one and just kind of keep this thing rolling, because it started to get into a little bit of a writing rhythm, and I want to keep that going right now. So I'm going to throw 15 more minutes back on the clock, and we can keep it rolling. If you guys have questions or comments, go ahead and throw them in the comment section. I'll get to them as quickly as I can. So don't hesitate to throw in a question or comment. If you got things that you want to throw in there, I would definitely appreciate that. Author Lamonique Max says 198 words at a little over 24,000 words, going for 50. Great. That's a good target. Goal is 50. I'm getting close to 50, and I think I mentioned earlier, it's probably going to take me about 65 to 70 to complete it, which is making me think a little bit that I'm make sure that it's not dragging a little bit, but I don't think so. I think I got a pretty good tempo going. So I think for me, I'm not sure if this is your perspective as well, Lamonique, but I like a pace. I like a fast pace. And I know there's going to be peaks and valleys, but I definitely like to keep a faster pace. So that's kind of what I'm going for as well. So great work, good progress. Appreciate that. Yeah, the research is definitely important, because I'm trying to I'm kind of world building a little bit with my camp, my campground, and I'm totally creating this. And so I'm adding little pieces to the world building to make sure that everything makes sense, and I can stay consistent. So as I add pieces to what the camp looks like, then I have to go back and put it in my notes to make sure that I can stay consistent as possible. Nazy says, I made some progress, a full page of dialogue along with some cutting and pasting. Yep. Yeah, I'll probably end up doing a little bit of that too. There's some pieces, like I write little chunks of pieces that I can insert into the stories, and so I'll probably be doing some of that, some juggling a little bit too. Let's see, Yuki says I finished 3 panels and need to cut in between the border. Okay, so productivity there is a good thing. Let's see, I found the pics. Also being called away to superhero StreamYard volunteer duties. Carry on, best of luck. Good luck there. I know you are keeping a busy schedule, but I'm telling you, Margaret, I'm gonna get on your level. I'm gonna catch up to you. You're setting a good pace though for the rest of our BookTube community. So I gotta see if I can catch up to you. But yeah, thank you for stopping in, for coming through. Appreciate that. Definitely appreciate you. Yes. Yeah. Cool stuff going on. Everybody's doing something a little bit different. So it's kind of cool to see so many people doing different types of projects. So that's been great to see. And yeah, I ended up doing usually like these 15-minute sprints. I usually get in like if I'm just writing and I'm in a nice group. I also started a new chapter. So I almost forgot about that I was starting a new chapter. So that kind of stumbled me up there a little bit because I'd forgotten exactly. I kind of knew. I remembered a little bit of how I was going to start the new chapter, but I also needed to do some basic research there too. So, oh, nice! Also purchased Poor Little Mixed Girl, so it's officially on my TBR. Excellent, excellent, excellent. That's really cool. I'm looking forward to checking it out once I get off. Once I get off the live, so definitely looking forward to that. Glad to see people are connecting. So that's excellent. Good to see. So, all right, let me go ahead and get going with. See, almost misspelled productivity again. Very cute. Okay. So, yeah, that is really cool. That is really cool. Great to see people supporting each other. Um, yeah, it's a cool live. I mean, we got some cool people that drop through, and I know lots of people are busy, and some people have a little, time, and they can join in. But there's definitely a lot of regulars in the live this morning. So, and that's always great to see because I know we're in different time zones, we're in different countries, so we're just all over the place. We got East Coast, West Coast, we've got Germany, we've got just all kinds of people in the house today. We got Pennsylvania, so it's just a good mix of people. We've had people from New York and all over the place. Even had some trolls today. So we we've got a lot of diversity today. Not always good diversity, but most of it has been good diversity. And those that aren't good diversity, they get blocked. So that's right. They get invited to the block party. All right. So here we go. Well, let's see. Yeah, that's really cool. I'm looking forward to checking it out too once I get off the live. So, all right. So let me get this second productivity sprint going here so everybody can get back to their projects. You guys got some cool projects you're working on. Then go ahead and jump into that. Let me see. Hold on real quick. Let's see. A little bit of everything today, including snow. You got snow flare? Yeah, we got our snow is like going away fast. I was traveling to Indiana yesterday. The last couple days I was down in Indiana, and they got no snow, and they were not too worried about COVID. So it was like wide open. It was like beautiful in some ways for depending on your perspective. So they had like no snow, and then coming up through parts of southern Michigan, there was very little snow as well. So, but coming up here, we still got some, but it's starting to get like it's starting to look like sand on the beach, not the smooth sand, like it's melting, and it's we had a lot of snow stacked up, and so it is melting away. I think we're gonna get temperatures. We're gonna hit the 60s here next week. I think it's supposed to be in the low 60s next week. So yeah, so we just bye snow. See ya. And I'm excited about that. Michigan, the state of Michigan. So that's where I am. So everybody can, if people want to shout out where they're from, then that would be great. But yeah, state of Michigan. So yeah, I was traveling down to Indiana. I did a radio broadcast down in Indiana, so we were traveling there, and it was really, well, it was cold. I'm not gonna lie, it was cold. It was not as cold as it has been, or it could be, of course, but it was a little chilly. But there was no snow on the ground, and so very little. I should say very little snow. It's just places where snow was piled up from plows and whatnot. That's where you would see some snow. But for the most part, yeah, it was grass, or the yellow the yellow version of grass. So Oh, it's interesting. My dad is from Alabama, was from Alabama, and he his family moved to Michigan. That's how we ended up in Michigan. My mom's originally from Michigan, so um, cool. Yeah, well, I guess you guys probably got. I don't know if you guys got any when that snow swept down there. I don't know if it got down quite that far. I shouldn't say quite that far, or if it maybe that far east. I know like some states that don't typically get. I don't. I think Mississippi got a lot of snow. Um, I don't know if Georgia, Alabama. I don't know if they did or not. But yeah, been an interesting year weather-wise. Most of the snow is melted. Huge piles of snow. Exactly. And now we have sun. The weather doesn't know what it wants. Yeah, yeah. The weather is like stumbling drunk out of the bar at 2 in the morning or whenever bars close in your respective states. But yeah, it just can't seem to make up its mind about what it wants to do. So, um, I wish we had more snow, but the Sunday after the Super Bowl, we already had 20 degrees Celsius, which were 30 more on. Wow. Yeah, snow is one of those things where in when it happens in November, like late November, everybody's like, "Oh, it's so pretty," and everybody's excited, and you get to see it. When it snows on Christmas, everybody's excited because everybody wants a white Christmas. And then you get to like late January, February, and you're just kind of over it. It gets old. So it's it does that good feeling doesn't last for long. Um, we have snow for about 2 hours. That's probably all some people could tolerate too. Snow for 2 hours. Yeah. Yeah, it's like I said, it's like when you're a kid, snow on Christmas is like, what you like expect and love and want. You want to, run down the stairs in your pajamas and you open up your presents and you can look out the window as snowing and be thankful that you're inside in the heat. And you play with your toys for a while, and then your parents tell you to go outside and jump in the snow for a little bit so they can get a break, and then you come back in and start playing with your toys again. So, but yeah, it's nice. I mean, it is. It's of course it's family time as well. So, but yeah, snow is it does. You get to February and it gets old. Like especially, I you gotta shovel and plow your driveway, and it just and we had a ton. Like I had the snow on both sides of my driveway, and it was like literally going into my driveway was like driving through a tunnel. I mean, that's how much snow we had up there. I've got a little snow blower, and it was like blowing snow up there, and I'm like, man, and I had the snow shooting like almost straight up in the air to get over the piles of snow, and so I am not sad to see it disappear. So goodbye snow. It was. I'm not even gonna say it was good while it was here because it's just not that exciting after a while. Like I said, November it's really cool. November and parts of December it's actually cool, and then after that you get into mid to late November, or excuse me, mid to late January, and then definitely into February you're just kind of over it. All right. Let me find productivity sprint number 2. Let me pop that up on the screen. Yeah, keep the conversation going, and I'll chime in when I see people doing some stuff here. 2 hours is though. That is kind of funny. Oh man, man, we had periods of 2 hours of snow where it was like crazy. We got like one period we got like almost a foot of snow in like probably like a few hours. It was crazy. All right. So, all right, I'm gonna hit the start button here. Did you make a snowman? No, I did not make a snowman. I can't remember the last time I made a snowman. Man, oh, boy. I will say some of the kids, some of the students, they make snowmen. And there's like an elementary school that's kind of close by, and so the little elementary school kids make snowmen, and then even the college kids they made. Some of them made a snowman. So I went out and took a picture of some of the snowmen. I should have like a snowman contest. Maybe we should do that. That's a good idea. I have to keep a thought about that in the back of my mind. So, all right. a snowman. God, it's been a long time since I made a snowman. Not making a snowman, I'm almost feeling like a Grinch. Not really, but kind of. All right, so 15-minute sprint. Here we go. Okay, so I did a little bit better this time, a little less research, a little more writing, and ended up with 412 words written. So pretty good productivity sprint for yours truly. So that was good. That was good work right there. I knew where I was going with this part of the story, so it was really pretty easy for me to just kind of keep that going. And I'm in a nice groove right now, and I'm getting some things set up that are going to be really, really important. So um, I've got a hunk of text that I had set aside, and I'm getting ready to insert that. And so that's going to be probably about 1,000 words right there that I'm going to reinsert back into the copy, because I've got a better spot for it now than I had before. So so that's going to add to the total as well. So hope everybody was doing well with their projects that they are working on. I'm just hopefully I probably got another couple weeks that I'll be working on this and hopefully getting that done. Let's see. And thank you. Yeah, it was good. It was a very productive productivity sprint for sure. Dominique says, I actually have less words than before. Ended up listening to the story. Did some editing. Good. That's fine. Yeah. There's different philosophies about that. Some people are like, just, put your head down and just run through it and come back and edit later. I can't do that. I really find it difficult to do that. If I know something needs to be fixed, I just need to go and fix it. I'm just one of those people. I know I could probably, I use Microsoft Word mostly. I know I could put a note on there saying, hey, come back and fix this later. I probably should use that. But if I know something needs to be fixed, I just like to go ahead and fix it right away and not even worry about it. So yeah, this is, and this project for me, this is, I've told people before, this is a gap project. This is, I am going to be starting a 5-book series, dystopian series, which is very different than what I've written before, but it requires significant world building. So I've been on the side working on the outline, but once I got this horror story started, it just was too good, and I just don't want to let it go. I don't want to waste the work that I've put into this, so I want to make sure I get this finished. Then I need to get a haircut too. My goodness. But I need to, I want to finish this because this story is just working too well for me. And I just want to get it done. But I do want to make some progress on the outline for my 5-book series. So I've got the outline is probably like 90% done, maybe more than that, maybe even a little bit more than that. But there's some screws that need to be tightened a little bit. So I need to work on that a little bit too. I've taken a little bit of a break from that to kind of come back with a fresh perspective. So that's probably something that I may work on tomorrow. I am planning on being back here tomorrow morning at 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. So for those of you who want to join me then, that is the plan as of now. I'll go ahead and throw the shell up there on YouTube so you guys can see it. And then join me tomorrow because it should be fun. I think I'm going to work on the outline tomorrow quite a bit just to try to sharpen that up because I want to really jump into that first book of that 5-book series pretty quick because I want to really get that going to have that ready by the end of the year. I am going to really look a little bit closer at some self-publishing opportunities. I've got so many books that are just sitting here and I just haven't really done anything with them. I've been trying to get my main one. I've been trying to get traditionally published. And so I've been shopping that around, trying to get a taker for that. And hopefully I will. So knock on wood, that'll still happen. But I've got some other pieces that are really, really good ones that I'm really excited about that I want to get that going. Let's see, slow going this time, but did okay. Sometimes steady wins the race, so nothing to feel bad about there. It's a process. So I had the first sprint today was really slow for me. Again, a lot of it was research And then once I solidified some of those things, then I just was able to jump back into the writing a little bit more. But editing, especially is painstaking. It's not always fun, that's for sure. Let's see. I make notes on the side for something and fix others immediately. It depends on what it is. Exactly. Yeah. There's some things that are just too glaring. I'm just like, I got to get that fixed. I can't, I can make a note. Yeah. But I'm just like, it's just too easy for me to just go and fix it right now while it's fresh in my mind, especially if I know exactly how I want to fix it. Yep. Yeah. It's working on a play. I've always wanted to take a stab at a play, but I think fear of the unknown probably is holding me up there a little bit. So, all right, I'm gonna do one more 15-minute sprint, and I'll let you guys get going. But yeah, so I mean, it's just kind of like I said, this is cool having a Saturday where I don't really have anything to do, and it's just really nice. So, yeah, it's really exciting to do that. So, um, all right, let me get get the clock back up here on the screen. Hold on. Uh, all right. So productivity sprint number 3. This is going to be the last one. So everybody, bear down. Let's make some good progress here and finish up strong here. Hopefully everybody has a good last sprint here. Let me get the clock up on the screen. So this is productivity sprint number 3. I'm making some really good progress right now. I don't know if I'll get 400 words done again, but we shall see. So, all right, here we go. Okay, so I got in the final sprint, I was able to type 244 words. So I feel like right in between the first and second sprints. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. Let me get that off the screen real quick. And get that out of the way. Get that blinking thing out of the way here. So that was good progress for me. And I hope everybody else had good progress during the writing, productivity, reading sprints, whatever, editing sprints, whatever you guys were doing. And it was great for me. I made great progress. So moving ahead and feeling pretty good about it. Getting ready to go take a little bit of a break to relax, sit on the couch and chill out for a little bit. Might even take an afternoon nap. And who knows? Probably watch a little basketball on TV. We shall see how it goes. So thanks to everybody who came through this morning. I really appreciate it. Now into the afternoon, at least Eastern time. So definitely appreciate that. I am planning on being here tomorrow morning, 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. So please feel free to stop in and join me for that as well. Keep up your good work, your sprints, and hopefully everybody has a productive and yet restful at the same time. If you can pull that off, that would be fantastic. Let's see. Monique Mack has 305 words. That is really good. Very good progress. Great work. Every little bit counts. Whatever we can get, it all counts. It all adds up. Yeah, thank you for joining. I'm glad to have you, and hopefully you can come back and join us for future ones. I do it 10:30 a.m. Eastern on Saturdays and Sundays. I don't think there'll be any interruptions from here until probably the fall. So I'm looking forward to continuing this and hopefully making this the regular times, and so people know when to jump on. So hopefully we'll have you back. Much appreciated. Yeah, not too many words. You keep sharpening it up, and you're definitely going to get there. So like I said earlier, and I've said it many times, slow and steady wins the race sometimes. So that's great work. So keep doing that. Tomorrow morning, like I said, I'm probably going to work a little bit more on the outlines for the 5-book series. So it won't be so much about word counts for me tomorrow as much as it'll be about just kind of sharpening and polishing, so to speak. So yeah, hopefully we will. Hopefully I have a chance to see you tomorrow. So thanks to everybody who participated. If you didn't and you could, please hit the like button for the video. That would be great. If you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing to the channel. I need to film some videos, but I need to cut my hair first. But I need to film some videos that to highlight some of my work progress. I've got a couple ideas for some videos that I need to work on as well. So that's that. So hopefully everybody has a great rest of your day, and hopefully I'll have an opportunity to see all of you tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. for more.